My patience is wearing very thin. Between my bad roommate and Uber and Lyft, I'm really like ready to just explode. So today, I only had 2 rides today on Lyft so far. The one, relatively short, only paid $6 and some change. So it wasn't a far ride, no big deal. The next one was gonna pay, still a short ride, but it was gonna pay a little bit better. It was gonna pay I think $9. It's at the one of the motels, if you're familiar with Connecticut, Burlington Turnpike, Newington, Connecticut. I go up there, I ride around the entire motel, I call twice, and for some reason, a lot of these, I'm assuming it's a medical ride, a lot of these medical rides, the people, I don't know what's going on with their phones, but their phones don't never work. They never answer. Called twice. Made sure I drove the entire perimeter, so, I make sure I'm giving a good effort to find the passenger. Waited out the full time. I go to cancel the ride because obviously I waited the full wait time. And Lyft doesn't pay a lot lately. I don't know why. It used to be a couple of bucks. I used to think it was like $3 or $4 when you wait the full time and you cancel the ride. Now it's like 2 and some change. At least here in Connecticut. It's very little. But let me tell you what I did. I got more than compensated for it, which I'm glad I did it. But it takes a lot of time to stop and do this every single ride. I canceled the ride and I proceeded to go back up the road. I think I went back on Uber because Lyft not giving me a lot of rides in the morning usually. Lyft gives me more rides in the afternoon. And something told me just look at my Lyft app, and I go to look at the Lyft app, as Uber's giving me bombardment of garbage rides. We'll talk about that. And I noticed that it's $0, not even $2 for the canceled ride. And I waited the full time. Of course, me, a little pissed off, even though it's only $2, I'm a little pissed off. I call support. And I'm a decent driver on Lyft, so they pick right up for me. And without hesitation, instead of the 2 and some change, they gave me $5 because I think Lyft knows that they're wrong. And most drivers don't catch this. If I was busy actively on Uber and they were sending me so much trash, I would not even have noticed that on Lyft until much later in the day, if at all. But me not getting anything but garbage today, I'm like, wow. So that I call it the compensation hack, or whatever you want to call it. You name it, whatever you want to name it. But you got to call support. I'm not saying for each and every ride because they're going to scam you a lot. I don't know what it is with these apps, but they're going to scam you a lot. They're counting on drivers not doing anything. And that $2 went to $5. So I'm glad I took the time to be patient. And then immediately they put it in you see the number spin, immediately gave it to me, but they tell you got to wait up for, 24 hours or whatever time. Because they know they're wrong. And I think they're doing this to millions of drivers, trying to scam the drivers. It's only $2. But if you scam hundreds of thousands of drivers, $2, it's a lot of money. And I talked about how they got me like $2 on a ride that I did in a previous video. But this keeps happening with Lyft again and again and again. And like I said, you got to take the time to call them out on it when you have time to catch it. Because I'm going to be real with you, it's so often that you'll be losing money trying to call these people, but it just happens to be a Wednesday, which is a slower day. So I'm glad I took the time, because that 2 went to 5. But David Risher, what is going on? What is going on with your company? Why is this happening over and over and over? And it's not a glitch. They know what's going on. Now, as far as Uber, I stated in a previous video that this new Advantage mode that happens to be in my area now, and it's a way of paying sending the drivers that have low acceptance rate, I think under like 25% or whatever it is, garbage offers. I said in the previous videos, we're already getting so much garbage, how could it get any worse? Drivers, when I tell you, it got worse. I didn't think it could get any worse. I'll be honest with you. I didn't think it could get any worse, but I could have swore I saw an offer, 15-minute pickup, 20-minute ride, like $6. They got worse. And Uber's wondering why we're not taking them, and our acceptance rate is going down and down. And believe it or not, at the time I did the other video, my acceptance rate on Uber was only 5%. It actually went up. I did a couple short rides the other day and it went up to 10%, but it's going to go right back down to 5 because it's garbage. That's the only reason why I had time to call LYFT today, because I was getting bombarded with offers that were complete trash. So between the two apps together, and one of my roommates that's completely driving me nuts, he's paying his rent, but he's completely driving me nuts with the messiness that he does. I'm on the verge of a mental break, like where I just gonna snap, and I'm probably gonna take it out on him because I can't get to Uber and Lyft, or executive at Uber and Lyft. So I'm probably gonna take it out on him. And I just wanted to vent and let you guys know that these apps are trash. And before you say it, because there's gonna be one wisecrack person in the comments, well, why do you still do it? The flexibility is the only reason why we're still dealing with these apps. That's got to be it. And I do like talking to some passengers. Like yesterday, I had a quick conversation with a Lyft passenger, nice lady, and it was an enjoyable conversation. I don't get out much. I don't go out, but it was an enjoyable conversation. We're talking about our grandkids and stuff like that. I find it hard to believe I'm old enough to be a grandfather, but I got another grandchild on the way, my daughter's having. And I think that's it. You know, the occasional good passenger and flexibility is probably the only reasons left to do this. Because honestly, at this rate, if I were to get offered a flexible delivery job, I'd probably take it over this trash. Like, it's really bad. Now, I'll be transparent, I haven't done food delivery at all. I haven't done the shopping apps at all. My theory is you're doing more work, and from what I'm seeing online, the pay is still trash. You know, I heard the Roadie app's trash. I heard Uber Eats is trash. DoorDash is trash. So I could try these out for a day. My neighbor said he tried out I think Uber Eats for a day, and he said he got tip baited, and he said that was it for him. I was thinking about trying DoorDash. I was actually considering it. But if it's anything like I'm seeing online, should I even bother? I mean, at this rate, I should just focus on my plan B, which is to focus on my online hustle and to go private on the physical side. Because I don't see a future in these apps, guys. I really don't. I see very little future, and particularly Uber. I know they're hard up for money right now. Because if you've been watching the news, I believe LYFT is trying to partner with DoorDash in some capacity. And I see Uber is so hard up for money, they're suing DoorDash because DoorDash has like a monopoly on most of the stores that do food delivery, and they don't want Uber Eats coming in, so they're like threatening the store owners, you bring Uber Eats in and we're done, basically, in my words. So they're saying that's unfair practices. Uber is the biggest scammer on the planet, in my opinion. Just much so as DoorDash. So I thought that was funny that they're trying to sue DoorDash when they're such scammers themselves. But if you're an investor, an early investor in any of these apps, I get it. I mean, it was a good money maker. Some of you made millions that invested in Uber early. Millions. You're not even watching my video. You're so rich. I get it. But the greed kicks in when these companies go public. The greed sets in. They know they could screw drivers over and over and over until, I think what's happened is they're seeing how low they could go and drivers still accept. And with the undocumented people that come over that are desperate for work, you got a lot of people that get laid off from their jobs that also go to the apps. I get that. People are desperate, so they go to the apps first, which saturates the market because now we have a lot of competition. So veteran drivers, this video is to tell you to focus on your plan B. My plan B is also YouTube. I got like 5, believe it or not, 5 channels that I've got 6 total, but I've got 5 channels that I actively post on almost every day because I believe in a future, even YouTube's gonna pay more than these apps. So my only advice is stick to your plan B, keep working on it. That's the only reason why I probably haven't committed, I don't even want to say the word because I don't want this video to, but you got it, you kind of get the picture. The only reason why I haven't is because I know that at least one of my plan B's is going to pop and I'll be okay in the future. But drivers, we only got like 5 years left of this crap if you're still continuing to use apps. I'm going to continue to use the apps even after going private because that's where I'm going to steal my passengers. But even the private side, like when I'm doing these cash rides, I'm not private yet, but I got, a few people here and there that I might do a cash ride every now and then. And they want you to bend over backwards for very little money. So I think I'm in the wrong market for private driving. So when I'm fully licensed to be private, I'm probably going to go probably towards where I'm originally from, which is Norwalk, Stamford, Connecticut area. I think private driving makes way more money up that way. I'm more in the Hartford area right now. I actually live down here. I was trying to run away from New York. Basically, that's why I moved down this way, you know, and I stay in this area. Other than New Haven and Hartford, I drive around those areas. I barely do Bradley Airport anymore. Doesn't pay. I try to do like Bristol, New Britain, Plainville, a lot of times Southerton, Newington. I try to do those areas because it's less traffic, but it's not going to really work effectively for the private side, because these people, I don't want to say are too poor, but that's pretty much what I'm seeing, that people up where I'm from originally in Norwalk, Stanford area, they have a little bit more money to throw around. So private driving will really work better there than I think down here. If you're from Connecticut, let me know your thoughts. Hit me in the comments. But that's where we're at right now. These apps are going to scam and scam and scam for the rest of those 5 years we got left. They're going to keep raising the passenger price and lowering driver pay. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Please help support, subscribe, like, comment, and I'm going to see you guys in the next one. Thank you.